Hello and welcome back to Railroad Corporation with a special video. I want to thank Iceberg Interactive for sending me this super sneaky preview of, yes, you can see it there highlighted, it is free play or sandbox mode, whichever you want to call it. That is what's coming up or already out depending when you watch this. Yeah, shall we click on it? Oh look, got my badge, that's cool. Sandbox mode. It says free play. And then it says sandbox. That's good though, because it's highlighting two different modes within the free play. We have standard sandbox mode. You can also go and play missions you've already done by the looks of things. Perhaps these unlock as you complete the missions. I've only unlocked 1 and 2 or played through, so that would lead to that. You can see here as well, we have a bunch of options available to us. We can do the same objectives, but no deadline. There's one for everybody that wants to just play it without timers. You can have no objectives and just play on the map. Obviously we have overdraft options, including unlimited, which would just spiral you out of control, no doubt. And you can choose how much money you start with. Now back to Sandbox. This is one I'm kind of interested in, or I am interested in. We have a few more options here, including I can do anything. We will start with the standard overdraft. I feel like having this on is a good idea. Unlimited may be fun if you want to see the largest red number in the history of red numbers. And initial capital. Well, we could go with 250, right? There we go. Give us a bit more money to get going. And we've got a couple of options as far as research goes. And that is all locomotives are researched. I've had a look already, played it a little bit. You still have some research you can do, so there's a bit of fun there involved. I would personally do this one, but for you guys, we're gonna unlock everything in the train department. I feel like we can't use many of the bigger trains, even with 250,000, because they're pricey and cool though. You can turn off contracts, turn on and off. Toggle would be a better word. HR department, finance department, building purchases, trading department, and city laws. We're just going to keep everything on. Also, this one, we can, you'll see we've got a seed here, which means you can share your playthroughs if you find a good seed. And just share the number, no need to mess around with save files. A couple of maps available currently where you can click this and you can randomize seed, or perhaps you can type in there, I don't know. Can you? Yeah, any old number you can put in there. We'll take that off though, and we'll go back to this one. Does that put the original number back in? Yes. So that's it. That's what we've got. You can also change your color. Obviously, GT. We're going with blue. I almost said red. What is your favorite color? Now, where's our starting town? It's a huge map. Can I just first say that? Look at all this. Look at all that. Look at all those towns we've got to connect. Now, here's one thing I didn't really point out much in my playthrough that you may have seen already. If not, go check that out. It's me learning the game. If you're interested in seeing me not know what I'm doing. But even these small, like Fremont here. You see, it looks like it's just a factory. Not just a factory. If you keep delivering to these and fulfill their demands, eventually they get people in and they become bigger cities. So you can make every single one of these a big city. Now, where's that office? Let's take a look at our office. We start off in there. Hoboken. Dear oh dear. Oh, I think I reset it to 100,000. Never mind, it won't matter, since we're just taking a little look. Where is this place? Let's go take a look. Right, we've got no people. So that's decided things for us, hasn't it? I've upgraded it because what I want to do is install the research and development department so you can sort of see what's going on, which we have. Yeah, we don't want to upgrade it. We just want to take a look. There you go. We have the full array of trains available to us, and as you can see, you can still... This might all change, by the way. It is early access, and this is a preview version. But anyway, they are passenger trains and some mixed trains, and if we go right up to the end here, that is the end. We've got the Forney, which is a beast of a train. Lovely. So you do get to get into the real big boys here. Not the actual big boys, but the more powerful trains, locomotives, I should say. Let's get back into the map then. Shall we set it up and see what we can do here? Where do we go? I guess we should concentrate on something we want. City Hall demands grain, coal, and wood. It would be nice to get us some people in there. That'll be a good start for us. We do want to start with the grain. We should start with these three. Where do we have grain? Anywhere close to us. This is predetermined by the developers, so they've no doubt set up it quite challenging. I say grain. We do have grain down there. We have grain up there as well. We really want to be going somewhere close, don't we? Because it's going to cost us a bit to build the track. All right then. So we're going to head down there. That will begin our income. Once we've branched out and we do have a little bit of income, we can. Well, there's also a farm down here that we could send grain to. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go to that. Go to that grain farm up there, which is, remember, not just a grain farm. It could become a city. Absolutely. Let's get going. I haven't built a single thing. Got locomotives. We can hire people if we build as the labor exchange, which would give us some discounts on things. However, I can't remember how much these guys cost. It might be worth doing. No, because we'd have to upgrade, wouldn't we? We have 2 slots available. Can we put in a HR? It's 7,000. Let's do it. Let's see who's available. Oh, that's the only guy available. Coal ore will cost you 30% less. Oh, okay. So if we're, which is here, coal, which we do want. 30% less. That's kind of a bonus, isn't it? We do have coal over here. That's a trek though, isn't it? That's nice though. 30% less if we don't own it, of course. If you own it, then you don't pay anything for it. Right then. Let's get over to this grain farm. We're going to scoot. Which side do we want to go? Scoot round the back. We'll scoot round the back of this. And we'll connect in like that. Oh, I don't like the slope. We can undo our track building if we make a bit of a meal of it, as I've done. I guess we want what we want to really do, and then we need to resume, is go all the way over there. Like so. Come on, get in there. That's better. Now it's taken the slope away, and we're aiming at that city as well in the distance. Let's confirm that. 36,000 and 289. Now, I don't know whether the perks are involved in this, like unlocks all the perks available in the campaign. That's one thing I do like about the campaign, is it gives you a lot of perks that you can research with your experience points. So that's our first train in. We not train, but our first line in. Let's add our locomotive. Now this is where I was saying it's very well buying these Forneys. But look at that, 55k. We put us straight in debt. Don't want to deal with that. So you are, even in the campaign, and you unlock these as you go, depending on your starting money, you still might want to start with a best friend because it's cheap and it gets you going, and then you can replace it later once you've got more income. The John Bull though is a happy medium to me. Its power's 43, pulling mass 65 is what we're interested in, as you see. For less than double, a lot more bang for buck. Buy that, get in there. Now let's go and pick up some grain. How much can we pick up? I don't know. Remember, it's going to cost us to initially get this, so we're going to have to be careful one way or the other. We don't want to take too much. Really? Yeah, that's far too much, sir. There we go, 30 or 37, and then we want to unload that into our goodie banks there. That's not a thing. into the city hall. Goodie banks? I don't even know what that is. Let's play that. We're going to have to wait, obviously. We all remember this train, don't we? You got a little... Ooh, add a note. You can add notes to these? Is that new? That must be new. Let's add a note. Wait, can we change the... What's this? Can we change the colours? Oh, goodness me. I didn't even see this before. Let's add a note. My first... Watch me break the game. First grain train. No. Apply. Why have I got it red though? Oh look, you click on that and you can change it. It should be grain coloured, right? There we go. My first grain train is on its way. Well, I guess then you could use these notes to name them what you like, can't you? In a way. I like this. This is a good addition. Oh, if I had this on the live stream, guys, you could have all had a train. I'm spending all the things right now. It's okay. Oh, I'm so glad I got blue. You can't have blue in the campaign. I don't know whether that will be fixed at some point. Yeah, we're going to see lots of things where our cities change their demand depending on whether you're meeting it. There he goes. That's going to be quite a bit of money for us, though. Definitely. Which will then allow us to expand further. Now then, do you guys require grain? Of course you don't. Why would you? But this farm does, or Cedar Rapids does. Keep saying it like it's an industry, but it's not just an industry. Again, I have to keep correcting myself on that. I got so used to just having industries and cities, not like them all being cities, but it would be like where a small business starts up and then the town grows around it for jobs, etc. It's awesome. I do love it. Right then, so our grain train is on the way. It will start its first delivery, give us a bit more money. We could then either maybe do some research. Oh, new contracts. Now then, contracts. Where are these going to be listed? New contracts are up here. Okay, not there. That's objectives. You have to sign the contract. Of course you do. Of course you do. There we go. We're making a bit of money. So we could deliver grain to New Bedford, wherever that is. Of course, it's not far off of our network. Yes. We could deliver steel, would get 33,000 for that. But if you accept that, you've got to do it in 182 days. I guess that would then come up with your objectives. We've got one for steel, which is miles away. So we won't be taking that just yet. We have one. This one's close. I do like that it's kind of close to our network, though. And what's this one? Oh, they're both in there. Requires passengers. I'm just leaving our little choo-choo here. The Olympia choo-choo, which is my first grain train, as it says there, to make us a bit of cash so we can start expanding. This one looks like a thing we can do. And that's a superb reward. It's a terrible penalty. Now, can we get over there? Law, new tax for leather appeared in an agenda in Cedar Parks. Taxes for leather. I don't know what all of this is. The tax laws are probably further on in the campaign. That makes that a bit exciting. Okay, should we extend this line? Can we afford it? It shouldn't be too expensive, right, to pop in here. I like that angle. Get in there. You can expand these to have more than one track. Get in there. Right, we're finally connected. Oh, that was pricey. Because we had to build the station, you Burke. You weren't paying attention. Don't go in debt. This is a perfect example of how not to play. Our grain train is arriving. So I think we'll be good. And be quick. Choo-choo. They made a choo-choo sound. Right, give me that money. 286. No. I don't like the red ones. I saw that one was coming. That's alright. We're back in business. Ooh, I wish you accepted grain. That would have been a bit easier. It is fine. It is fine. Were any of these objectives grain-based for there? No, it was like... yeah, with things that we'd have to set up multiple industries and deliveries. We're barely managing to deliver this grain at the moment. We're struggling, aren't we? My go-to start is always passengers because we don't pay for them. You know, like, don't buy the passenger. They pay you all the way through. Oh, we get passengers now. There we go. There's our money earner. Now we need to we need a bypass for this station, ideally. If you didn't watch my live stream, I have figured out a few new tricks up my sleeve. I don't know whether they still apply though. They should do. Railroad is occupied by another train. Yes, yes it is. You'll see that if you make a standard switch, it's like 12 miles an hour. There we go. He's miles away now. But what you can do, if you then go like this, you can make a rather nice, or used to be able to. Oh, you can't do it anymore. Did they? No, there it is. There it is. It's in there somewhere. Did you see it? It might be because we're on a bit of a slope. I saw it somewhere. I saw a good crossover point. We'll try again. It might not have left us enough room. We go like... no, don't do that. Go like this instead. There we go. Confirm that. We'll get rid of this bit. And we'll make a crossover that isn't super slow. He says. Hopefully. You can't do it anymore. They scuppered my plans. Did I find a little bug? I thought you could do that. Oh, now I'm sad. No, there we go. I found it. I found it, guys. There you go. 120 mile an hour crossover. That's more like it, isn't it? That's more like it. Then we can get rid of these. Get us some funds back because we're not flush with cash, are we? So as you can see now, you can scoot off here and branch out at a much nicer speed. And then we can hopefully just slide on around the side of here and back in. And then we can do something similar this side. It's costing us a bit. I'm a little panicky that we're going to go in depth. But then you can scoot back in here at the same speed. Should we need it? That didn't cost us too much. Let's get us some funds back. Lovely. Lovely. There we go. We've got a bypass that we can use if need be. Now, if we are going to be running passengers all the way here, we're going to need more than that, aren't we? We're going to need passing points and all sorts. Which, again, is going to cost us an arm and a leg. No, you're not going in there yet. You're gonna double track because it will save us some cash. We can't afford it, guys, but we can put it in there and save it. I mean, that's probably an excessive passing point, but it does mean we could maybe have multiple trains running on here that can queue either side. Not the most cost-effective way of doing things, or efficient. Well, it is, but that's wrong. It is definitely cost-effective. It's not efficient. You just double track the lot if you had multiple trains or have multiple passing points. We won't need passing points here because we're just going to start with our passenger run. Alright, we can confirm that and get it in. We'll get some money back when we make these, as we'll yeah, railroad is occupied. He won't be though, because what we've done for our little train here, our loco as it is now, not so much a train, it doesn't have anything on the back. But our loco here will, once he gets into that, there you go. You get into these blocks now. These tend to represent, I believe this is how this works. Anywhere you've got one of these little post things, they represent blocks. I wonder if they're like mile posts. Right, let's get rid of that section and get us a little bit of cash back. And again, we can create our crossover here, hopefully, can we? It's dying to link up, isn't it? We don't need much room because the trains aren't very long at the moment. By the time we care about how long these are, it'll be double tracked anyway because we can afford it. since we've got big old fancy trains. There we go. There's no signaling to do. The AI does its own pathing. We're not going to afford anything. What I'll do is I'll fast forward that. Already slight hiccup in the recording. One thing I should note, Control F9 is what I currently use to stop and start recording, is also quick load. Awkward. So it loaded one of my other games and I lost some of my stuff, not all of it, so these might be in a slightly different place. Anyway, I got us up to where we were. I completely forgot about that. I have to be careful. However, that's changing because I'm soon getting a Stream Deck where I'm no longer having stupid short keys on my keyboard for recording. You won't deal with that unless you've got Control F9 hooked up to anything. Bear that in mind. Now, you may notice we've got a very red train now, and we don't have a repair facility, so we're going to have to upgrade our station and spend some of our money that we wanted for our passenger line, because it's not going to help if this train is broken down every 5 seconds. So we need a repair shop. And there goes all our laws. I might turn the laws off. Can we turn those off in the event log thingy? I don't know. Maybe? Not sure about that. It might be in the options. I would like those not to show up. Look at them all. But anyway, we need to tell this train now to repair here. And we'll tell it to repair every time because it's a long old distance. And apply that. If you don't apply it, you won't get it. So now he's coming back with some more grain and funds. It's going to cost us a small fortune. It might be worth taking it out if we get another best friend or a John Ball. We could wait till we had enough for a John Ball, or we can go in debt, which is a bit risky. We'll see how much we get for this. Obviously, it's going to cost us a bit because he's finally going to get some maintenance done on him. Yeah, we don't have any of the research, remember? That's the other thing. So our trains are not as good as they should be until you research them. As you can see, we've got a long wait ahead of us because he is super broken. 14% condition. So you have to bear in mind to keep an eye on your trains. Keep them in good condition. Repairing them. They also have age on them. So what do we need to do? I guess the best bet would be to risk it and get some passengers running. Yes, we'll go in debt, but they will make us some decent income. Do we do it? This is where debt is a bit of an issue. Let's do it. Yeah, I know. Take it. Do it. You're a bit silly, man, but you're doing it. Right, take some. Yes, it's only 8,000. It's only 8,000. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, he says. Right, let's take some passengers from here. We can take up to 5. Hopefully we can take them all. But we don't want that many. We'll take 4. 32 miles an hour. And make sure you repair there. And then you want to be unloading passengers here, because they will have some. And at the same time, we would then want to pick up the same amount here and drop off the same amount back there. There we go. Apply those. We want to start here and get our people on. Apply. If you're new to Railroad Corporation, remember that all your trains start at your base, where your office is. So when you put a new train on the network, it's got to find its way around. But as you saw there, you can, if we go to this, you can force the options here and change where it goes first. So you can adjust it. They've got route, got specs here, so you can find out about the train. There we go. We should be on our way with our first passenger train very shortly. He might be waiting for him because he'll probably repair, which is a little unfortunate. I should have maybe skipped repairing. Yep, and we're ploughing into debt. This might be a lovely end to my first look at the Sandbox mode, where I so unceremoniously fail. Free play. Good job. That's the perfect example of how not to play this if that happens. Alright then, here comes our first passenger train. You, sir, best make us a boatload of money. These trains do look good, don't they? They look even better in blue, I'm just saying. We have lots of passengers there. They are heading to our big city over there in the corner. Now, once we've got a foothold and we're making steady income, we can start expanding using this city as a main point of money. It's where we're going to have all of our goods. Like, you can deliver all the things they accept meat. Now, mail's a good earner, but obviously because we've just grown, we don't have mail yet. It is the perfect example, though, isn't it, of what I was talking about, where your industries, as they would be in other games, are actually small cities that are now growing because we started supplying them grain. Now, will he bypass and use our No, you're not using our bypass. Well, that's nice. Why didn't you use our bypass, Mr. Man? Maybe because he wasn't coming out the station. I don't know. Well, that was money well spent. Well, I mean, it's doing it. It would have been nice if it used the bypass. You could probably change that if perhaps you had it double tracked. Anyway, it matters not. He's made us some money and we got out of debt, which is perfect. So we've got a little bit of a chance now to make some money. That's a good start, though, once you've got passengers up and running. So if you do play this version of the free play, this map, then there's your start. Just do it a little better than I did, and don't press Control F9 midway through your game, because you'll be sad after that point. It does have autosave though, so you can at least recover some of your hard work. Alright guys, that's been my first look then at the brand new patch, July patch, which is on the roadmap. You can check out the roadmap. I'll leave a link in the description below to that. And yeah, Sandbox mode is coming, or is already out, again, depending when you watch this. For a more in-depth look on the actual tactics and gameplay, go check out my little campaign playthrough. We learn a lot, especially in the live stream VOD. I do intend to revisit and plough through the campaign as we make our way through early access. For now, however, I wanted to get this free play out there for you. And until next time, take care.